Good morning. It's the butt crack of dawn. I just got back home from taking my 2 baby wieners to the vet. Today is their neuter day, and I'm literally a mess. I literally squalled like a baby, pulling out of the parking lot because they have never been away from me. And one of them in particular is super attached to me, and I'm their person. So I know right now they're so confused because I've never left them at a vet before. Like, I've always been with them when we went. So the fact that I had to walk away from them and left them in their crate, like, cannot. I was and still am a hot mess. So I have to go pick them up at 3. Until then, I'm going to be just doing whatever I can do to get my mind off of things. I have a video that I can edit and I could get up today if I wanted to, so I'm probably going to focus on that and start editing that video to get it up for tonight. It's a Friday and I haven't done an actual weekend vlog in a really long time, so we're gonna do an actual weekend vlog this weekend and just include all the things, whatever I'm doing this weekend. I don't even know yet. We don't have a plan. The plan for right now is just to get through these next 8 hours without my puppies, and then we'll revisit the weekend plan after that. But for now, I'm gonna start editing the video and try my best to get it up tonight. It's like a bake and decorate with me sort of thing, so I want to get that up tonight. And then I also need to add my blog and other things to the website today because it's Friday and I update my website every Friday. So I have things to do to keep me busy. It's just doing them because I have ADHD, and for some reason whenever I have an appointment coming up or something big I'm waiting for something big to happen, like going to pick up the puppies from the vet, I literally sit stagnant and I can't move. It's like I'm paralyzed until that time comes for me to go do that thing. And I've been working at that my whole life because I've literally always done that. Like, I don't make doctor's appointments in the afternoon because of that. I make them first thing in the morning as soon as my doctor's doors open, because I know if I make it at 1, 2 in the afternoon, I'd be paralyzed until 1, 2 in the afternoon and I wouldn't get nothing done that day. So I'm always the first person at whatever appointment I'm gonna be at. So let's see how much I can get edited in the next 8 hours. 7 hours. Maybe I can get the whole video edited, the thumbnail done, all the settings behind the scenes, and maybe a blog post and items added to the website. I don't know if that's being an overachiever or not, but I'm running with it. It's 8:30 a.m. so, I need to clean this. So I have an ample amount of time to edit before I have to go get the doggies back. I've already done a little bit of editing, so it's not going to take usually like 8 to 10 hours that it usually takes. If I'm doing a 40-minute video, I'm almost always editing for at least 12 hours. Either I'm a slow editor or the other YouTubers are a fast editor, because they never say it takes that long, but it does me. I think it's just where I get tongue-tied a lot, so I have to redo voiceovers when I do voiceovers a lot. I get the video wrapped up and finished editing and stuff at around 1:30, but I still didn't have time to do the back end stuff like thumbnail, description, tag, stuff like that. Look who's home. I got him in here and his brother is in the other room in there so that they don't go after each other. They were wanting to play, surprisingly. I thought that they would be loopy and tired, but no, they're wired. That's just a weenie dog for you. Update. Duncan. This is Duncan, by the way, if I haven't told you guys his name. I think I told you on a live the other one's name. This one is Duncan. He just touched me at the hip. It's 6 o'clock. I just got the video done. I went and picked him up about an hour and a half ago. I actually went much earlier than that, but didn't leave till an hour and a half ago. I was able to finish editing the video before I left. And then when I got back, I was able to do the thumbnail and the tags and all the back end stuff of being a YouTuber. I was able to do that when I got back. So it's up and ready to go, scheduled and everything. Before I left though, I did not get a chance to write the blog post or update the website. So I need to do that. I'm hoping that my brain functions enough for me to get the blog post written, because your girl is surviving and thriving off of 3 hours of sleep, which is normal for me, but I woke up at 5 and I didn't go to bed till 2:30, so I really got 2.5 hours of sleep. I'm used to not getting a lot of sleep, but I'm not used to going to bed that late and waking up that early. I just couldn't sleep because I was worried. Well, we was worried. I think I need to introduce him to you guys properly, and his brother, best friend, brother. They're not related, but they are because they're part of the family. But I think I need to properly introduce you guys to them, especially this weekend, given what we've been through. I don't know if I'm gonna leave this part in the video or not. If I decide not to introduce them, then I'm gonna edit this out. If I've got this left in the video, then at some point in this video, I'm gonna introduce them to you. Officially. Just be prepared if this is left in the video and I do end up introducing you guys to both of them. Both of them is a total God story. Just know that. Just know that. And I promised myself I wouldn't ever talk about it on here. But I ain't ever skipped an opportunity to brag on God. And I don't think I'm going to start now. No matter what. So, it's a God story. Wait till you hear it. It's a God story. I think I'm going to try to get him relaxed. As long as I'm in here, he's good. The other one is very bonded to one of my daughters. So, as long as she's with him, he's good. I'm going to try to get him as comfortable as possible. Bless his heart. And start on this blog post and see where my brain can take me tonight. Everything in me wanted to put off this blog post until the next day. I was like, I could do this Saturday, but I made a commitment to God and I made a commitment to y'all that I was going to do this blog post every Friday. So even when things are going crazy, I've got 2 hours of sleep and I've got dogs being neutered and I'm having to babysit said dogs to keep them from eating their stitches and all these things, I still have to stick by my commitment that I made with y'all, but more importantly with God. So I put on my big girl bloomers and I got the daggone thing done. Tens of thousands of you guys show up every week on Fridays to the website to look at the blog, to check out the shop, to get on the mailing list. I mean, I have new mailing list subscribers every single day. There were so many people that showed up to the website on launch day that I thought we were going to break the website. It was that big of a traffic thing. Within the first night of the shop going up, there were over 300 sales. You guys haven't taken this lightly, so I'm not taking this lightly. I did not plan on going the print on demand route whenever starting the Fearfully Created brand, but I'm glad I did because there were so many transactions in that first 24 hours. I wouldn't have known what to do if I hadn't been going through like a third-party print-on-demand website. So right now, they're in control of everything like refunds, sales, all that stuff. I don't have any control over that. It's all them. Thankfully, they haven't had to deal with a lot of refunds or anything like that because even though there was a high number of transactions, and there still is incoming every single day, they have handled it pretty good with just a few hiccups here and there. Even though it's out of my hands per se, I still have an eye on all of the transactions, and if there is a hiccup that occurs, I've always got my eye on that as well, just to watch how the company deals with something like that, because eventually I am moving on to where I do control everything by myself. And throughout this process of keeping an eye on this company and how they interact with the customers, I'm learning a lot, whether it be by things that they're not doing that I wish they would, or things that they are doing that I think is a good idea. I'm learning a whole lot in how to deal with certain situations through just keeping an eye on the transaction process itself. Because no matter whether I'm doing it by myself or working with a third-party company, if it's not up to your standards, it's never going to be up to mine. And that's always the bottom line. So I'm slowly navigating this new journey and trying to figure out how to go about the best way to do things. Alright, so I told you guys last night that if I left that in the video, I would introduce you guys to the puppies you haven't met. Let's start off with Shiloh. If you were on the live stream a couple weeks ago, you've already met Shiloh. But a lot of you guys weren't, so I'm going to take you to meet him. Both of these dogs are a God thing. And you're probably rolling your eyes because I have a habit of saying everything in my life is a God thing, but it really is. But just wait till you hear it. Say, I'm Shiloh, and I'm a mess. There's a baby!
Is it recording?
Yeah.
Hi. So I'm in Walmart one day, and I think I'm just in there just to pick up a few like necessity items, and I come across one of our friends from YouTube, and they come up to me, and well, they were kind of afraid to come up to me at first. They're like, well, I think it was also she wasn't quite sure if it was me or not, and she had to take a minute. But she literally chased me down in Walmart and told me that she was really, like, she was praying for Rena. This was when we had just lost Binksy, and I mean...
Just a few days.
Yeah, her heart was really going out towards Renee, and she was saying that she was praying for her, and she was just, you know... Definitely all of her thoughts and prayers were going towards her. But then she said that she felt like she had something on her heart. And I said, what is it? And she said that she actually had weenie puppies just born. And she felt like God was telling her to give Rena one of them. And my mouth just about dropped because, like, let me tell you what, like, God works in some mysterious ways. Let me tell you what. The fact that, like, he knew that you were going to need 2 wiener babies to heal your heart. You know what I'm saying? She had given me her number to give to Merina and everything. And I'm buying the stuff. I come out, and before I even get out to the car, she has already made it to our car, and she's already talking to you. She tells Merina about it all and everything like that.
I squall in the Walmart parking lot.
Some weeks go by.
I tell her, I'm like, it's new and it's fresh, so let me, like, think about it.
Yeah.
Let the family talk about it, because that was just, I mean, that wiener dogs are really expensive, and she was offering to give me one.
Yeah.
And he's completely full-blooded and everything. And I know because I bought Binks. Binks was expensive. So I was like, let us talk about it. And I got her information. And before I even left the parking lot, I had texted her and everything, because I was like, this girl, regardless of if we take this puppy or not, like, her heart, man, I love people like that. I love people with huge hearts. So I'd already texted her by the time we left Walmart parking lot. And I mean, because I knew that even if I didn't get the puppy, I still wanted to be in contact with this sort of person. Like, I still wanted to befriend in person this sort of person, because that's the kind of people I want to surround myself with.
Yeah.
Good people, caring people. Like, will do anything, give you the shirt off their back for you people. Like, that's my kind of people.
And so a few weeks go by to, you know, allow the proper time for the puppy to, you know, be weaned and everything. And he got his shots.
The whole time I'm
stuff.
getting updates, because at this point we've been like, okay, we're going to add him to the family, and I'm getting updates the entire time.
Yeah.
We're FaceTiming all the time. I get to FaceTime the puppy while it's growing up. I mean, we kept in contact.
Bring him home, and he's been a little sweetheart. While Duncan is the firecracker, Shiloh is the sweetheart. He's very
not mean boning his
laid back. He just loves lovin's. He's curious about everything, but not destructive. He's just a very good dog.
So I called him. We went through so many names with both of them, but there for a while I was going to call him Duncan, and the other one was going to have another name. But then I started calling them opposite, because they started coming to their name. So Duncan, I mean, he had basically chose the name Duncan from the beginning.
Yeah, it's
because even when I hollered for him, like, even when I hollered for the other one, like, he would come running. So we ended up switching the names. I named Duncan, and then one of my girls named Shiloh, because Shiloh is very attached to one of my girls.
Mm-hmm.
But he's attached to all the kiddos, really. I mean, everybody, but he really goes after one of the girls. They've kind of created a bond. So she named him Shiloh after the beagle.
Yeah.
Like, I got to meet this person in person through the tragedy that was losing Binks. And actually became friends. Like, she's such a good friend. She's always like one to invite me places, or invite my family places, or ask what we're doing, ask how I am. And I try to be the exact same way. And it's one of those friendships that it's not one-sided. I don't feel like I'm bugging her. And I hope she doesn't feel like she's bugging me, because we're constantly just wanting to make sure each other is okay. Out of everything, I lost a lot when I lost Binks, and I gained some stuff too. And that's one of the things I gained, is that God put it on her heart to give me this wiener dog. And not only did she give me this wiener dog, but she also gave me a friendship, a genuine friendship. God always multiplies it. I mean, always. It's always something more than one. Like, it's never just one thing. He always goes big. Mm-hmm. I think that a lot of people heard that I got wiener dogs and just assumed that I went out and bought them to kind of replace Binks. I don't think everybody thought that, but I think some people did. I know some people did, because I've read as much. The comment section was lit, but that wasn't the case at all. And you heard how we got Shiloh. You better give that shoe back. Duncan, come here. You guys have noticed one wiener dog in particular always with me in the videos. And I told you guys it was because I was potty training him. And that's true. I am potty training him. Wiener dogs take forever to potty train. Binks was a full-grown adult, and he had just became like fully potty trained, and he still had accents every now and then. Wiener dogs are notorious for being hard to potty train, so I am still potty training him. But that's not the only reason that he's with me all the time. I tell you guys all the time that I don't favoritize any dog that I have. Obviously, Binks was my favorite because he was mine and he had been mine forever. But I told you guys that I don't favoritize any dogs that we have, and that's also true. But I want you to meet one in particular that is very special to me. I was not going to tell you guys about this ever, actually. Only my family and those who know me in person know this already. But I never miss out on an opportunity to brag on God. And this situation requires a lot of bragging. What are you doing? Don't it, Duncan? Don't it? This situation requires a lot of bragging on God. Did God give you to me, huh? Isn't it? Did God give you to me? I know he did. Where did he find the bone? He literally went and got him one out of the bag. You little wiggle worm. You're not supposed to be doing all that. He wants my gingerbread blanket. Alright, come on. One of my in-person friends, they actually started out as a subscriber. A subscriber, I say that loosely because you guys are my friends, but I have to say that in order to differentiate like the people I know in person and the people I know online. They started out as an online friend, I should say, and they became an in-person friend, even though they live out of state. And I'd met them one other time before, kept in contact with them through text and phone calls and stuff like that. And a couple of weeks ago, they brought me a gift. They were one of the very few people who knew about this, and they brought me a gift. And I really want to show you guys what it is. Yeah. They drove all the way out of state to bring this to me because they didn't want to get it messed up in the mail. This is getting somewhere, I promise. It's a hand-painted Bible. It's the Smoky Mountains. Their daughter, which is also a friend of mine, made me this bookmark. And on this bookmark, it says, best Dotson mom ever. It says, best Dotson mom ever. It has a B on it for Binks. And a D on it for Duncan. I feel like all I do on this app is cry. I'm trying not to. On the front of it, there's a picture of Jesus holding Binksy. This was hand painted by somebody. You can tell it took so long. They hand painted this for me. And when you turn to the front of it, we have Binks, and we have Binks's son, Duncan. Actual flesh and blood son. He literally left somebody with me. Do you know when you have something so special that you don't want to talk about it? Like, it's almost like you want to just keep it for yourself. That's what I felt in this situation. It was so unprecedented and so special that I wanted to keep it to myself. And I don't think there's anything wrong with keeping things like that to yourself. Especially when you have a large platform. Like, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. But as I prayed about it over and over, because I prayed about it so many times in the past several months, I began to realize that not talking about it was doing sort of a disservice to God. Like I said, I try to never miss out on an opportunity to brag on God, and this is one of the biggest things that God's done in my life ever. I wanted to openly praise Him for this, and I wanted to openly thank Him for this, and I wanted it to be known that God cares about what we care about. And God knew my heart was destroyed from losing Binks. God knew my heart would be destroyed before it was destroyed. God knows the future, He knows the past, He knows tomorrow, He knows yesterday, and He knows the now. And He foresaw that time in my life coming. And He warned me about it too. I had somebody reach out to me actually the very person that got this for me. And they told me they're very, very, very they're very much so into the prophetic, and their beliefs align a lot with mine. You guys know I'm a very spiritual person when it comes to the gifts of the Spirit, and it comes to the more charismatic Christian movement, I guess you could say. I'm very, very spiritual. There's not much, I don't put God in a box, ever. And they're very much the same. They were actually the person that warned me that this house was coming. And before Binks died, just a little while before Binks died, they called me up and they told me a crying time was coming. And I was worried at the time. I thought at the time Nanny's health wasn't doing good, so I thought it might have been about her. I didn't really know what it was about until the day that Binks died, and that was brought back to my remembrance that a crying time was coming, and boy did it come. So God obviously knew beforehand and kind of used her to prepare me for that. You can never really be prepared for something like that, but I was watching everything and I was expecting a crying time to get here. A lot of you guys know that Binks wore a wrap because he marked his territory on everything. He wore a diaper all the time, and he had to do that because I couldn't get him fixed because he couldn't tolerate anesthesia, which was why I was super worried yesterday, because I didn't know if that was a thing. All my other dogs, like that I've got fixed, they're larger, so I didn't know if it was just a thing with weenie dogs, if Dachshunds were prone to have issue with anesthesia or what. So when these two went in to get fixed, I was extremely worried because I didn't know if that was a normal thing, or if wiener dogs, like housebreaking, were also notorious for having issues with anesthesia during procedures and stuff. Thank the Lord they came out fine. They did great. The only thing I have to worry about these boys is them hopping and bebopping around and opening up their stitches or something. God forbid that happen. But even so, with Binks having to use the wraps and having trouble with anesthesia and stuff, this was completely like unprecedented. Binks being a daddy was not on my 2024 bingo card. Like, he's never been a daddy. Like, that's just knowing that happened for the first time that happened, and it was that close to him passing away, is something that Shane and I still are blown away by. And all I can do is thank God all of the time. And while Duncan got neutered and Binks' line ends with Duncan, it's the fact that I knew I could never replace Binks, and Duncan doesn't replace Binks. He's looking at me right now because he just heard that. He's looking at me out of the corner of his eye. Duncan doesn't replace Binks. But Binks left me something before he left me. And that is something I'll thank God for far longer than Duncan's alive and here on this planet. And while I just got them fixed, it's not like Binks' line will live on, because his line stops with Duncan. Duncan just got neutered. But the memory of God doing this for me will outlive Duncan. It'll outlive myself, because my kids will be talking about it in 45, 55, 65 years. And they'll be remembering that time that God showed up and showed out in their mama's life, and in their life too, but in their mama's life. Because he don't ever leave us hanging. And he knew I would need him. And boy, did I need him. Oh my gosh. This dog is a spitfire. He gives me a run for my money. But the holidays are not as rough as I thought they would be. I see Binks and him all the time. I don't go a day without seeing Binks and him in some place, some form, somewhere. He's literally a constant reminder in the best way of what I had. What I don't have anymore, but what I had and what I now have through him. And I wanted to tell you guys that because I know most of you are going to be just as ecstatic about it and stunned about it as I was. And everything in my life I try to use towards the glory of God, for the glory of God. Everything in my life, the good, the bad, the ugly, the weird, I try to use everything in my life to glorify God. And this is just another area in my life where I can say, my God is mighty and my God is loving. My God is merciful. And he cares for me. And this is just one of the many ways that he's shown that. You're doing great, Mama. Love you. My kids really pushed for me to tell this. They say it's good news, Mama. You gotta tell our friends good news, Mama. I literally have drafts that I've been making over on Instagram for a while now. And they're so hard to watch because they make me miss Binks so bad. But then again, it's bittersweet because in these drafts, I show Binks and then I follow up with Duncan. And it's a reminder that God is with me through it all. And I just want this to be known. I want that to be known. I want that to be apparent in my life. That though she has went through some crud, though she's experienced horrific things, that God is with her. And God is on my side. Just as he is yours. Nobody can convince me that God is not on my side. Nobody can convince me that God is not on yours. And that's what I want you to take from this. If you get joy because Binks is in a way still around, then that's awesome. But that is the message I want you to get from this. That God is on your side. And he's on my side. And he's not on my side against you. He's not on your side against me. He's not on my side against them. He's not on their side against me. He's just on our side. It's not a pick and choose sides sort of thing. He's just on our sides. He just loves us. And my life and the circumstances that have went on in my life are daggone proof of that.
But even if the times are changing, and even if the stars might disappear, there's nothing I fear. 'Cause I will try. Yeah, life's too short to wonder what it was like. So here I am, first one in line, and I think I'll be fine, knowing you'll be there. So I'll try.
It's Sunday and the boys are 2 days post-op, so it's time to give their medicine. We have to give them a half of their medicine every single morning, and they always inhale it if it's in some cheese. They are cheese monsters. I'm making a quick crock pot recipe just so that I'll have something ready for dinner this evening. I'm just going to throw some chicken in here, and I'm going to do a recipe that I've done every now and then. I haven't done it in a while, but I used to do it a lot. I'm not a fan of it as much as anymore as I used to be. I used to be a really big fan of this stuff, but I'm not so much anymore. I just through about 4 chicken breasts in here, seasoned it, added some garlic parmesan sauce, like wing sauce, filled that up with milk, poured that in there, then added a block of cream cheese, and I'm cooking it on high for 5 hours. I usually eat this with pasta. You can do it like over rice or just by itself. You could do it as sandwich meat, however, but like I said, I'm not as big a fan of it now as I used to be. It reminds me of the Italian chicken kind of pasta that you see on Pinterest a lot. It was big for a while. It's not so much anymore. That's what it reminds me of. Put some body armor in the kiddos' cups, and I was going to use their other tasty bento box things, but I forgot that they had ran through the dishwasher and hadn't really got clean, so they weren't supposed to be in the dishwasher to begin with, but they somehow ended up there. So I'm using these that I got from, I think, TJ Maxx. They were super cheap, and I didn't even realize TJ Maxx sells stuff like this till I was just browsing one day and saw these, and I was like, snap, I could have got these forever ago, and they're so much cheaper than the ones that I bought for the kiddos. Even though I got those at a pretty good price, these were way better priced, like way better. I'm just adding things that I have to get rid of before we do another grocery trip. I got some canned fruit cocktail in here. I've got some of those gummy strips that the kiddos kind of like but don't really like. They don't prefer them, but they'll eat them. And then I got some chocolate covered blueberries. I'm doing some broccoli and rice for their main side. We've been trying to eat a lot healthier around here, and while bagged, pre-made rice isn't the best for you, come on, it's so much better than a PB&J. Like, it has to be, right? So that's what we're having as our main course, and then I'm just going to throw a Christmas Reese's in there and call that a day. Thankfully, by the time I was a mama to the girls, I kind of had just I had it 10% together. So I had them try new things and vegetables, and they absolutely love fruit, and they'll tolerate vegetables. When I had the boys, I was a lot younger. I was 18 and pregnant with Colton, so I did not know what I was doing, and I was living off of chicken nuggets, so he lived off of chicken nuggets. So Colton's doing a really good job, though, at fixing my mistake and trying things even when he thinks that they're gross and he has no history of eating them. He will try them just to see if it's something he likes. And sometimes he even tries to train his taste buds to like something. He's a super smart kiddo, so he's always doing that. This is what their lunch looks like. Looks pretty good. The chocolate covered blueberries are a little bit scary looking because, I don't know, they give me a weird vibe because it's like blue chocolate. I don't know, but they're okay. I mean, they're all right. I'm putting these in their lunch boxes, but it's not going to be long before they eat these. I went ahead and fixed them around lunchtime anyway, so they probably won't even have to heat it up because most of them are going right into getting their lunch eaten so they can go on and play video games and stuff like that. It's Sunday, so they're all about doing their Bible studies and video games. Bible and Fortnite, that's what Sundays consist of over here. These bento boxes fit perfectly in these just like the other ones do. I do prefer the tasty one just because it doesn't have a lid that comes apart, so the lids aren't as easily lost as these other ones are. But I like these two. They both fit in the lunch boxes perfectly. Somebody accidentally broke my Vampire Bath and Body Works candle, so I just stuck it in this gingerbread candle that I'd already used up so that I could actually use it because I love the smell of it. It's Vampire's Blood by Bath and Body Works. It was big during their Halloween season sort of thing. It smells really good, but it smells a little bit fruity, like spiced fruit sort of. So I'm going to add stuff like winter berry in here and make a concoction. I like making concoctions to go into my wax melt warmers and try to get those smells to complement whatever candle I got going on. The dog hair on the counter is cracking me up right now. That's a whole wad of dog hair. I usually end up making something smell really good throughout the house, and then sometimes it smells like a fart covered Fruit Loop. You really don't know till you do it. Sometimes it makes the house smell like an oasis. Sometimes it makes the house smell like a fart. You never know till you try it. I've been trying to catch up on laundry, but it's a never ending thing. If you hear a jingle jangle, I've got a dog here underneath my chin who insists on sleeping right next to the speaker, Duncan. I've been trying to catch up on laundry, and it feels like the more I get ahead, the more I fall behind, but I'm not stopping nonetheless. I'm literally always every day folding something, sorting something, washing something, drying something, trying to get it done. I need to have one of those weekends where I just blast out my laundry and get every single bit of anything washed. That's always the only way I can ever get caught up if I'm super far behind. Either that or dedicating like 3 hours a night for an entire week just doing nothing but laundry, like folding, washing, drying, all that stuff. So I need to do either one of those things to get caught up, and I need to do it fast. I have a ton on my to-do list for this week. One of them is I need to get a Christmas craft done with the kiddos. It's something in particular that I got for them to be a piece of decor for outside, and like they're going to create it and paint it and put their names on it and all that stuff. So I need to get that done. I'm also doing DIY advent calendars this year. I'm going to share those with you guys. Usually every year we spend over $100 on advent calendars, and that's that's just so unnecessary, especially this year, because this year we're focusing on giving to other people more than we are like giving to ourselves, sort of thing. So whatever money we save can go towards our gifts to people who need it, like kids who aren't going to get a Christmas and stuff. So I'm trying to find any way around the traditions of this season of pinching pennies. That way I can use the extra money to go for somebody that, you know, doesn't have any pennies to pinch sometimes. I need to get those Christmas themed things done, but I also have things that aren't Christmas themed I need to get done, like the laundry. I also got to get this refrigerator built in done. There are a few home updates that I would really like to get to before Christmas, because we're still going to be doing those throughout the Christmas season. So there's a lot on the to-do list that needs to get done. I always know I have big ideas when it comes to home updates and the timely manner that they get done in, but I would really like to get this refrigerator built in, finished. I'd like to get the ceiling fixed because we're doing something to it, and I would like to get the rest of that wall there to the left finished all before the Christmas season. I feel like that's doable because it's a bunch of little things. We'll have to see, but I'm going to be working towards it this Christmas season, and as well as doing like Christmas themed content, all the things. The jingle bells in the background are really putting me in the Christmas spirit, Duncan. They're really putting us in the Christmas spirit. I'm gonna go ahead and add the noodles to this chicken stuff. I've shredded it up just with like a meat masher thing while it was cooking, finishing up. I usually cook it for 5 hours, then let it sit in the crock pot on warm for about 30 minutes, and then I add the noodles in there. That way the sauce is thick and everything just combines together easier. This is what it looks like. It does not look appetizing, does it? Alright, so that recipe isn't for everybody. One time, one of y'all told me, you said, Merina, I love, this is probably years ago at this point, Merina, I love you, but I can't get on board with that recipe. You were like, it was potent, and it is. It's a very potent recipe. It's kind of like the Olive Garden chicken pasta, but you have to have a certain taste buds for it. And I think my taste buds are changing because I'm just not a fan of it anymore. I probably won't make that for a while.
I loved it.
But I did make some ranch, like roasted potatoes that I didn't show you guys, and those were a hit with everybody. I just cut some potatoes, put some seasoning on there, and a packet of dry ranch, and made ranch roasted potatoes. Did you find... Did you find my...
I'm looking for it. Any idea where you might have put it?
No, he's looking for my Christmas curtain. Ross or TJ Maxx. It's red. We're looking for my bathroom shower curtain so that we can quickly decorate for Christmas in the bathroom. I'm not doing anything huge. I'm just doing something festive for the kiddos. I found this shower curtain and I just fell in love with it. It's so pretty. It's like red. It gives me the 90s feels. Are y'all tired of hearing that yet? It gives me the 90s feels. It has gingerbread houses on it. It's got a green shower curtain liner. Tell me that don't sound cute. Tell me that don't sound cute. Tell me that don't sound cute. Found it. Look how pretty. So this is the shower curtain. It's red and it has the gingerbread houses. And this is the shower curtain liner. This old 90s green. And then look at these. How cute. I got this for $12.99 at the Ross. Look, that's what it looks like. I'm so excited. It's not going to look good against that yellow. I almost want to paint the bathroom white. But Shay says no because we're going to get to that later. But I just don't know how this is going to pair with the yellow.
Yellow is for a star on the Christmas tree.
There you go. It's a Christmas
Yellow
lemon.
represents the star on the Christmas tree.
And now...
Did you find it? Yay! That didn't sound like any Christmas song.
Home Alone.
What are we feeling? What are we feeling? Look. What are we feeling? I think it's going to be cute. And then I have something that I want to put up on the window, like garland. You going to put this shower curtain up for me?
I'll do it for you. I went to shower curtain hanging school. It takes precision. It takes endurance. It takes stamina.
Patience.
It takes patience. It takes kindness. It takes faithfulness. It takes self-control.
The fruit of the Spirit. You can't be the fruit of the Spirit because the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Oh.
It's so yellow here.
I know. With the hospital light too, it's a whole vibe.
It sure is.
Why is there two curtain rods? One's for a shower liner, and one's for not.
Well, I thought so too.
Oh
And
no,
then
the fabric curtains.
I thought so too, because I put both of these, but this one is the same length as the shower liner. So if I put that one here, it was up higher, and
I think it's for the ones that kind of go out that are tied back. The fabric shower curtains.
Those are curtains.
Yeah. I hate putting on shower curtains. I mean,
I don't mind them when they're like this. I don't like these. I'm gonna take those off too, but I don't even know why I left them on.
because you didn't feel like messing with them.
That's probably it. I didn't have love, joy, peace, kindness,
Patience,
faithfulness.
kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness. You even left out patience.
These things make me think of a barrel of monkeys. Did you ever play this, kid?
Nope. I played Hoots and Ladders.
Shoots and ladders?
Shoots and Ladders.
Because I was gonna say, I don't know what hoots and ladders is.
What are you doing? No. What you doing, Shiloh? Oh, the pretty boy.
Man, it's gonna be dark in here.
Wow.
It's
Oh,
dark in
because
here.
the green?
Yeah, and it's green.
Wait, let me see.
With the yellow, it makes you feel like you're in a Sprite. I'm gonna tell you, Rena, when I was at Tractor Supply, the lady at the register, she goes, "How are you today?" And before I can even say, doing good, thanks for asking. She goes, "I'm not doing so well. I think I'm gonna go home." I said, "I'm sorry," because she's a little older lady. And I was like, "I'm sorry, I hope you feel better." She said, "Yeah, I've been coughing up a storm and I can't taste nothing." And when she said this, I'm going. And the receipt comes out of the thing, and normally they grab the receipt. And I go. And I was like, "Well, I hope you feel better." And she said, "Thank you."
Oh, bless her heart. We need to pray for her. What do we rate it?
I got it a solid 8.5.
Why is this an 8.5?
Metal Gear Solid out of 10.
Because it's a dungeon.
Pepsi bottle in there or something. I'm at a.
Quit trying to steal my Sprite joke.
Shane, what are you? Nobody's gonna be able to see in the mirror.
You said I'm the
You'd
only
be
one
like,
that
I look
sees up
way-
this high.
I look
What are
like
you
a
wearing?
sock.
Shane, we're not doing that. Now that just looks plumb ridiculous.
It looks like you just got lazy and just.
She's been farting all night.
Shane,
She's been
no.
farting
You
all
have to loop
day.
it so it's even. No, you have to loop it so it's even. Shane, it looks like a scarf.
It's actually.
Moon pie, is that pretty? Moon pie, is that pretty?
I have the greatest idea.
It literally smells like something crawled up there and died.
It's going
I told
on.
Shane we might try it here in the middle of the doorway because I really want to use it, and I really want to use it near the bathroom.
Because it matches the bathroom.
Perfectly. No,
You can't.
no, you gotta pull it up.
You have to put it higher.
No, we're not doing it like that.
Looks pretty.
No, 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 no.
That's kind of cute.
Okay, then do it. Look at it from the door.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
All right, let me
He's
check.
just saying that because he did it.
Okay, I mean, that's cute. Okay, that's pretty cute, not gonna lie. And it goes along with that back there because it matches. Okay, we can do that. And then look how perfect this is. Perfect. Could not get any cuter. Look at this green shower curtain though. Alright. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I hope y'all have a blessed morning, evening, night, whatever it is, wherever you're at. Know that I love you, but Jesus loves you so much more. I'll see y'all later.